Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's episode 7 of Cryptid Convo, where we talk about all things supernatural. And today I'm going to be talking about ghosts, because I love them. Today's episode is a little different. You can see me and I'm not drawing a picture. Because at first I was like, oh, I'll just draw like normal, and then I was like, wait a minute. I don't know how to draw a ghost and make it 8 minutes long. And so it's not going to be lore focused today, like diving into the history or whatever. It's going to be more based on my personal experiences, because I have many. Also just like family stuff, all that. Okay, now we can actually dive in. So ghosts are again one of those creatures like the Fae that every culture has like some sort of like thing with them. One of the most typical theories is that like a ghost is a disembodied like spirit or soul of like a dead person or animal, who knows. Some people believe in that. A lot of people believe that a ghost will haunt one specific location, possibly like where they had the most harm done to them, or like they'll stick in the worst place they've ever been. Which doesn't sound that great, because if you're gonna haunt that place for all of eternity, you want to be in, like, the happiest place you've ever been. Like, why would you want to stay in the worst place? That doesn't really make sense, but whatever. So yeah, some people believe they stick to one place and they stay there. Others believe that they, like, can wander around. And of course, spirits like women in white, who they'll, like, guide people and move around and do stuff. But of course they have like their place sort of that they haunt. In 2009, a study by Pew Research Center, 18% of Americans say that they have seen a ghost, which at first does not seem like that many people. That's like not even 20%. But in actuality, that's 5,526,000 people. Which again, not like a super duper large amount, but it's also just people in the US, so I didn't give the numbers for the entire world. It's probably a lot bigger than that. I, myself, am one of those people. Scientists say it's all pseudoscience. Ghost hunters say otherwise. Skeptics hate everyone. But this episode isn't proving anything wrong. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just talking. It's all about storytelling, which I'm good at. I do drama. I'll get on with it. Some of these stories come from my family. It's mostly, like, my mom that, like, has this all encounters. My dad doesn't really believe in half the stuff, so yeah. When I was, like, a small kid, like, 5 or whatever, probably, like, even younger than that, it was middle of the night, and my mom, like, woke up to this child just standing next to her bed, which is weird, you know? So, like, everyone was probably like, oh, it's just me. It's not. The kid didn't look anything like me. But, like, it's the middle of the night, everyone's tired. My mom puts the kid in her bed. Which doesn't make sense. Like, why? This random kid, you're just like, oh, here you go. Then a bit after, I don't really know if it was like an hour, 30 minutes, a period of time passes, and I start bawling my eyes out because I'm a child in the middle of the night. In the other room, and it's, like, my old room is, like, down the hallway, because I've changed rooms. It's down the hallway, so not in my parents' room. And, yeah, so, of course, my mom's like, why are you there? You were just in the bed. And everyone is super confused. But that was just the end of that. They didn't ask any more questions. They didn't go more in depth with that. I'm sorry if you hear, like, scratching. My cat is tearing up my carpet. No one, like, thought, oh, that's a little strange. Maybe we should investigate that. No, that was the end of it. Everyone just, nothing. And then, yeah, that's that. But, like, who puts a random kid, this random child, in their bed? And why was there a random child in my house? And who was it? My house isn't, like, super old, so it's not like anyone has not lived there, if you catch my drift. So, like, it's a little strange. And, like, I'm pretty sure only, like, 1 or 2 families has lived here before. It's my cats. It's really funny that I'm getting spooked during this video. Okay, what else? Oh yes, I didn't have this written in the script. I shut my door, because if that opens, you'll see me die. So yeah, my mom, it's the middle of the night, and she's in the kitchen, and my bedroom is right above the kitchen. That doesn't add anything to the story, that's just fun. And so, no one else is, like, really awake, but she hears running up and down the stairs, which, that's not normal. And I don't have any cats at this point, I don't have any pets, it's just, like, my family. And so she hears running up and down the stairs. Which is odd. But, like, again, she didn't think anything of it. She wasn't like, oh. Like, well, she, like, obviously was like, that's kind of weird. But never tried investigating. Never. Never. At all. Which, like, why? Why not? Why not try? Which is what I've done. I like to talk to ghosts, or at least try to. I have tarot cards, not really ghosts, candles, pendulums, heirlooms, lots of other things, and the pièce de résistance is my tape recorder. It's just audio, but I was told that it's like a good method. I do want to get an Oculus or a spirit box at some point, because I feel like that'd be really fun, because you get immediate answers instead of having to, like, listen back to it, which is annoying. Yeah, back to the fun stuff before I start ranting again. I have a surplus of stories. Like everyone else, I've always grown up with, like, swearing that I hear people yell my name when no one's there. Like, that's a normal thing, right? I'm not the only one. I'm pretty sure that's a normal thing. And I keep seeing things. This makes me sound as if I'm schizophrenic. I just realized that. I am not. At first, I was like, oh, it's just it's just sleep deprivation. It's not, because I've started sleeping more. So I don't think it's that. Usually it's like dark figures or shapes, and I'll see them when, like, I'm walking by or I'm turning, and then I'll look back and it's gone, and I'm like, I'm just crazy. Nothing's there. One time, I swear to anything holy, I was working at my desk, and my desk that I'm sitting in right now during this video, and my door is straight to my right, and out of the corner of my eye, I swear that I see a kid in, like, something white, so it wasn't like seeing any, like, dark shapes or anything. And it was out of, like, the corner of my eye, and so I turn, and I just keep looking there, because I'm like, maybe it'll come back, or maybe it was just, like, one of my younger siblings trying to, like, freak me out. But then it wasn't, because nothing ever came of it. I'm just staring at nothing, just staring straight down the stairs, and I just keep looking, and then I finally turned back to my desk, and I tried to replicate the movement, like, since I have glasses, I was like, oh, maybe it's just the corner of my glasses, and I kept trying to replicate the movement of me turning my head, and I couldn't replicate it. There was nothing, and so I just sit there in shock of whatever I just saw, and I'm sort of terrified, because I'm like, that kid, please don't come back. And so but I'm also thinking, yo, that's kind of cool. I just, like, saw a ghost. And now that I think about it, it could have been the same kid all those years ago that my mom saw, which is crazy, because all those, like, years apart, and it may all be connected. It's like some conspiracy theory. And I've talked about this before in another video, but recently every night I hear the same creaking next to my bed, and it freaks me out so bad. I'm questioning whether it's just my house, like, settling and being stupid, or if it's something watching over me. If it is, I hope that it's nice, and that it's just checking in on me, you know. Ooh. Even if it's, like, a demon or something, the fact that I am important enough to have to be watched over, that's kind of sick, bro. Everyone's like, yo, you need help. Okay, more stories. The tape recorder bit. This is where it gets freaky. So a couple summers ago, my brother, me, and his friend, we all, like, went upstairs to my parents' room with my tape recorder. And all my siblings and I, we all agree that my parents' room has some weird energy. every time anyone goes in there, I always feel like they're being watched. And I hate it. It's weird. I don't like it. And so we go up there and we start recording like idiots. We ask like the normal things like, is anybody there? What's your name? You know, typical ghost show questions. And with the tape recorder, you don't know the response till after, so you have to like listen back to it. So after we do our little session, we go back downstairs and we listen. And all of us are like crowding around this tape recorder to like hear it. And so after we asked like, is anybody there? Something replied yes. And it's the clearest voice that I've ever heard, and it freaked me out so much. I straight up like threw the thing away. I was like low-key panicking. And I didn't use that tape recorder for such a long time after, because I was so scared I couldn't like stand to like even hold it. And now it's in my room. So there's that. It used to be in my kitchen, now it's straight up in my room. With candles and pendulums, you don't really know who you're talking to. Like, obviously you can ask like yes or no, but like the entity could lie. It could lie in a tape recorder, an Oculus, a spirit box, whatever. But like, it's much easier to lie when it's just yes and no. So I've used pendulums and candles a lot. Candle is not exciting. You know, nothing too terrible can happen. It's exciting when there is like a lot of movement in like one direction and you're like, let's go, bro. I am talking to something. And like sometimes when like a candle is burning and it's been like so still for one time, and then you start like, and then you ask something and it just starts freaking out, it's like, yes, I've done something. So yeah, that's all I have for today. This is a lot of fun. I got to talk about personal things, and I got to be looking at the camera as I'm awkwardly moving around. Okay, that concludes this episode of Cryptid Convo. If you liked, make sure to subscribe down below and comment what cryptid or other creature you want to see next, and I'll make sure to look into it. That's all for today, guys. Stay spooky and goodbye.